Hello everyone, I welcome you to this session on XBRL data quality issues, and my name is Somnath Ray and my information is given above. So in this session actually I have broken it down into three parts. So the first part will be a demo on negative value errors. The second part will be on a formal request for inclusion of the innovation disclosure note as a new accounting standard in the US GAAP and IFRS, and the third part will be a presentation on XBRL data quality issues as of January 18th 2015, and this will be done with the help of SAP Lumira Visual Intelligence tool. So the first part will be a demo on XBRL negative value errors. So we are looking at a spreadsheet over here, and the demo will be done within this section as we have over here. And so this is actually SAP's financial statements as of December 31st 2013, which is prepared under IFRS, and the numbers are showing in millions and in euros as well. So the first part shows their information about their revenue. So we have software, cloud subscriptions and support, consulting services, other services, and the total revenue was 16,815 million euros. So that was for December 31st 2013. So for this demo I'll replicate the negative value error in this section over here in this column, and I have copied and pasted over the line items through which I'll do this demo over here. So we have the calculated amount operating profit, which is a node member, and we see this as a custom tag over here with a credit balance, and we will see how the base level members impact the node level member with the help of their balances. So we have gross profit, which has a credit balance type, research and development expense, which has a debit balance type, sales and marketing expense, which has a debit balance type, administrative expense, which has a debit balance type, then expense of restructuring activities, which has a debit balance type. Now these are all IFRS tags, and then we have a custom tag which reads as tomorrow now versatile litigation expense, which has a debit balance type, and then we have an IFRS tag which is other operating income expense, which has a credit balance type because it is an income. So let us see how the node level member is being impacted when we key in these numbers. So this is the HTML document over here, the HTML numbers. So now we will key in these numbers into the instance document and see how it impacts the node level member. So gross profit has a credit balance, so this will increase the node level member, which is showing as 0 right now. So let us key in this number 11816. So this has increased the operating profit by 11,816 because this has a credit balance, and the operating profit also has a credit balance. Now let us key in research and development expense to the tune of 2,282 million euros. So let's key in this number positively, 2282, and we see that the node level member operating profit has decreased by an amount of 2282 because it has a debit balance, that is research and development expense has a debit balance. So let us key in sales and marketing expense and see what happens, 4131. So we find that the operating profit has decreased by an amount of 4131 because sales and marketing expense has a debit balance. Now let us key in the administrative expense, which also has a debit balance, and see what happens. So let us key in 866, and we see that the operating profit has decreased by 866 Now let us key in restructuring expenses, that is expense of restructuring activities, which is an IFRS tag, which has a debit balance of 70 million euros. And we see that this number has decreased by 70 million euros. So tomorrow now versatile litigation expense, which has a debit balance, has 0. So let us key in 0. And now let us key in other operating income expense, which has a credit balance because it is an income. So this number 4467 will go up by 12 million euros when we key in this number 12 million, because this has a credit balance, and operating profit is also having a credit balance. So let's see that 12, and we see that everything ties in. So the validation control over here says everything ties in. So now let us key in research and development expense in a negative way, like let us key in 2282 because it is showing in parentheses and in red in the HTML document. So let us key in and find out what happens, or how the operating profit, which has a credit balance, is being impacted when we key in the base level member, that is research and development expense, having a debit balance. And let's see what happens to the operating profit when we key in these numbers with a negatively. So let us make it minus 2282, and we see that the validation control immediately has thrown up an error. It says please check sign of data. So this is exactly what happens like when we key in the numbers in a calculation relationship negatively. So, and we can have validation controls like this to make sure that we are not keying in numbers unless it is necessary to do so in a calculation relationship. And so this is how we can do a check. So let's move over to the next topic, and which is basically a formal request for the innovation disclosure note as a new accounting standard in US GAAP and IFRS. So this is a formal request for the voluntary innovation disclosure note with effect from January 1st 2016 to FASB and IFRS. So the benefits gained by the organizations are that their clients or customers will come to know about the various new products and services which are in the pipeline so that they can do business with them. And this will also help the organization to enter different geographic regions and markets to increase their market size as well. And thirdly, it will also help their financing initiatives. So these are broadly like the three major benefits gained by having this voluntary innovation disclosure note with effect from January 1st 2016, and this is a formal request to FASB and IFRS. So let us move over to the next topic, which is basically the presentation of XBRL data quality issues as of January 18, 2015, and we are going to do it through the SAP Lumira Visual Intelligence dashboard. So we are looking at the SAP Lumira Visual Intelligence dashboard on XBRL data quality, and this is as of today, that is January 18, 2015. So let us open up this chart, this bar graph over here, and we see that invalid access member combination is around 1.45 million, and negative value for which we did the demo stands at 630,935,000, and then required value that is not reported is 488,400. Then incorrect date is 472,566. Invalid line item used with an access is 202,559. And then the other major errors, like the significant or the critical errors, are calculation error, which is 44,720, and then positive value reported for a concept that is expected to have a negative value is 39,271, and then missing calculation is 75,243, incorrect calculation weight used is 64,564. So let us see these numbers through a tree map over here. So we see that the area covered by invalid access member combination is the largest because it has the largest number of errors, which is 1.45 million, and then the second largest area covered is by negative value reported for a concept that is expected to have a positive value, and then the third largest area covered is by required value that is not reported, and then the fourth largest area covered is by incorrect date, and the fifth largest area covered is by invalid line item used with an access. So these are the top 5 errors as we see over here. Now what is the impact of these errors on the financial statements? So we can find that answer from this pie chart over here. So we find that comparability errors are 43.85%. So the errors which are affecting comparability, which is 43.85%, accuracy is 25.58%, financial semantics is 18.97%, completeness is 11.61%. Now let us look at these impacts with the help of a tree map over here. So we see that comparability holds the largest area because the number of errors covered is 1.9 million, that is close to 2 million, and then we have accuracy, which is 1.1 million, that is the second largest area of the impact on the financial statements for these errors due to these errors. And then financial semantics, the number of errors are 840,791, and then completeness is 514514. So that is all about it. So hope this presentation was helpful, and if you have any questions you can email me at cpahana@outlook.com. and thank you very much for watching this video, and see you soon. Thank you very much.